You know how in Undertale, monsters can take a human's soul and absorb them? Have you ever thought about the idea of a human taking a monster's soul and absorbing that said soul? Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is UnifyTale. 2 years ago, two YouTubers sat down and began to create an idea for an alternate universe to the game Undertale. Sadly, the series was not continued until 2 years later. The same two people decided to pick it up from there, but there was a problem. The story was rushed as neither of them were quite that good at writing, so they asked one more person for help. And now, today, myself, Cheerful Blossom, aka Jess, and Rinnyfire, aka Rinny, have decided to bring the story back up and get the deserved help that it needed. So this is how the schedule for UnifyTale shall work. Despite all of the creators living in different countries and different time zones, based on my channel's algorithms, it seems that America is where most of my fans are. Thus, Central America time is the chosen time when talking about scheduling. So, on 6 p.m. Central America time, there's going to be an update every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, 6 p.m. Central America time, the latest chapter will be released onto our Wattpad. So 12 hours earlier, the introduction was released onto our story. Saturday, 6 p.m. Central America time, a new audio recording of the chapter will be released onto my channel. So what you're listening to right now is counted as an audio recording. And 6 p.m. Central America time on Sunday, on Jess's channel, there shall be a behind-the-scenes video released in relation to UnifyTale. This could be a speed paint, this could be a questionnaire, this could be anything relating to UnifyTale. And now, to introduce you to the AU, please enjoy this audio recording of the prologue to UnifyTale. UnifyTale Prologue Audio Recording. Mount Ebot, the Cursed Mountain. Legend has it that those who climb the mountain will disappear and are never to be seen again. Some believe that the mountain devours anyone who travels on its path. Others believe that they are taken to a different world where the monsters reside. No one knows the truth because no one has ever come back after setting foot on the said mountain. But some people are still foolish and travel on a trail towards the mountain. A child has climbed the mountains for reasons unknown. She has been careless when she stepped foot into a dark cavern. Due to her carelessness, she falls into a dark bottomless pit, or at least her perception, until her body collided with a bed of golden flowers. Pain shot through her as she began to feel the effects of the impact. The child screamed and groaned in pain as she tried to get up.
Help! Help me, please!
Screamed the young child. Footsteps echoed. They were rushed. It was obvious someone had heard the child's screams. The child was surprised to see who had come. Well, to be more specific, what had come to her aid.
It sounds like it came from over here.
A child, around her age, had come to answer her screams, but there was something different about this child. The child was not human, but they were a monster. The structure of the monster's child's face resembled a Numbian goat, but they had paws instead of hooves, and they also stood upright. The monster child gasps as they looked at the fallen one, immediately rushing to their side.
Oh, you've fallen down, haven't you? Are you okay? Here, let me help you up.
The monster child had helped up and put an arm around his shoulder for support as they began walking bit by bit.
If you don't mind me asking, what's your name?
Asked the monster child.
Kara. My name is Kara.
That's a nice name. My name is Azriel.
Replied the now smiling monster child, whom is known as Azriel. The two continued to walk around the ruins. As for Azriel's statement on the name of the place where Kara had fallen, after what felt like hours of walking for the injured Kara, they reached a small house at the end of the ruins. It gave off a warm aura, and it really felt like home.
Mom, Dad, come quick!
Screamed Azrael as they passed by a tree with its red leaves surrounding it. 2 sets of footsteps were heard, and soon the door to the house was opened. There stood 2 more goat monsters similar to Azrael. One appeared to be female. She had a pair of visible fangs and long eyelashes, and her irises have a dark red tint. She was also wearing a dress that had a weird symbol on it for Kara's opinion. The injured child assumed the other to be a male, a golden blonde mage and a beard, and the 2 large curved horns. He wore a pink sweater with small white flower designs imprinted into the sweater. The 2 monsters gasped and rushed to aid Kara. Sadly, she couldn't stay conscious anymore as black invaded her vision. A groan escaped Kara's lips as she slowly woke up. Opening her eyes, she saw it was slightly dark. She waited for her vision to adjust to the darkness, and she began to look around. From Kara's observation, it seemed like a bedroom, a child's bedroom, to be exact. So she could only assume it was Azrael's bedroom. She didn't seem to feel pain anymore like she had earlier. Light seeped through an opening door, and soon light invaded the whole space as a light switch was turned on. She covered her eyes to protect it from the sudden brightness.
You're awake! Mom, Dad, Kara's awake now!
Azrael said with a smile on his face.
Azrael, please keep your voice down. It's not good to scream near someone who just woke up. It might startle them.
Azrael's mother began to walk to Kara, and she sits down on the edge of the bed.
Greetings, child. I am Toriel.
From that point on, Kara stayed with Azrael's family. Over time, the 2 children became close, treating each other as siblings. Soon enough, she became a part of the family. Kara and Azrael would play until their heart's content within the underground, with a skeleton watching them under his friend's request. But alas, not all children are entertained for long. Slowly yet surely, she began to feel bored of the routine she had. Azrael had also observed this, along with his parents. The parents didn't know what to do. They knew that one day the children would get bored of the underground, but they didn't think it would happen so soon to Kara. The said young child was now laying in bed. It was time for her to sleep. With a goodnight kiss on the forehead from Toriel, she began to fall asleep. Darkness surrounded her. She could feel everything around her. She was asleep, right? Kara's eyes look around to only find an endless horizon of darkness. Thinking it will end, she began to walk. She walked for some amount of time before she saw a yellow glow. With hope for light within the darkness, she began to run. Kara ran to the light, only for her to find 2 words within a box.
Continue? Reset?
Curiosity began to fill her mind as her hand glided to the reset button. She had a hunch on what continue means, so she pressed reset. Much to her surprise, she was back at the ruins, feeling pain. She screamed for help, and there came Azrael.
Azrael, thank gosh! Help me, please!
How do you know my name?
What?
Much to Kara's dislike, the events on the day she met Azrael happened once more. From there, everything was a series of deja vu. So to solve her curiosity once more, she reset, and the same results were given to her. She kept resetting and resetting, getting the same results, causing her boredom to grow even more. She had lost count how many times she had reset. She kept getting bored so easily. Nothing could really entertain her. She had tried different things, but to her dismay, it just ended up with her getting bored. Kara knew that she had lost count of how many times she had reset, but she noticed that every reset, it seemed the skeleton that watched her and Azrael before had observed her even more. Every time her and Azrael spent time with him, she would see him watching from a distance. Some would think he was only watching them due to his friend's request, but Kara might just be mistaken on her theory. Kara watched as Azrael walked in front of her in the snowy grounds of Snowdon as they walked home. She remembered something that was told to her in a previous reset. she began to smile, and she once again resetted. The same things happened once again, like a regular routine for Kara, but one day, that routine broke. The two children had gone missing. No one had seen them. The king and queen, along with their loyal subjects, searched the whole underground. And yet, they only found Kara.